Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Tacklife Tools 10-inch miter saw. They did send me this product review, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this item or finding out more about it, the link to it will be in my video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. You can see it comes in this really nice retail box. This is a 15 amp saw with double speeds. We have 3200 RPMs and 4500 RPMs. This supports bevel cuts from 0 to 45 degrees, laser guided, extension table, chip bag, and this kit includes 3 blades, 2 for wood and 1 for metal. Now let's go ahead and open it up. Here are all the package contents. First up, we have a 24-month warranty card, so be sure to fill that out for your saw. Then we have your user manual complete in different languages right here, so it's really thick. You can see nice diagrams and charts walking you through step-by-step everything you need to know about this saw. And then they have their contact information on the back as well, so be sure to check them out online. We can see the nice chip collector bag right here that we can just pinch and put on, or we could attach a vacuum system right here if we wanted as well. And then we have the 3 blades that are included. One already comes installed on the saw, which is nice. And then we have your steel and aluminum blade right here. And then another identical wood blade as well, like the one that's already installed on this saw. They also pre-install the clamp for you as well, so that's a really nice feature, and you can use that clamp on both sides. So the saw looks really nice, guys. Now let's go ahead, let's get it set up and cut some wood. So we're out here in my tool shop right now with the Tacklife Tools saw all set up and ready to go. You can see we got our workpiece supports extended right here. We actually have adjustable stop rails as well on this device that can come all the way out to there and then back in. The saw itself has some great controls for us. We can turn the laser on and off with this push button up top. We also have a speed 1 and a speed 2 setting up here with this nice toggle switch. You're going to want to use speed 1 setting, 3200 RPMs if you're going to cut any sort of metal, and then speed 2, the 4500 RPM speed, you're going to want to use that to cut wood. You can still see we have the dust collection bag installed right here. We have the included pre-assembled clamp to use that you can move to either side of the saw depending on what you plan to cut. We have it locked in place right now, but we can go ahead and we can unlock the saw, and you can see we can rotate it up and down. We've also loosened it in the back right here so we can slide the saw all the way out. And based on their measurements, it's showing we could cut all the way to 34 inches. And then last but not least, you can see in the front, we can come around and we can adjust the saw as well right here, going all the way from 45 degrees one way to 45 degrees the other way. So everything is in great working order, really easy to use and adjust. Want to show you guys too now, we're going to lock it back into place. Just slide that pin back into place. And if you are going to change your blades at all, it's a really simple process. So you're going to take the 6mm Allen wrench right here, and you have to hold down the locking mechanism for the blade right here. So go ahead, you're going to hold that in place. So keep it locked in, and then you're going to rotate this to the right to unlock it. And the saw blade tells you everything you need to know about how to change the blade and to loosen it up. So if you have that held in with your finger, then you can go ahead and you can just rotate this off right there. So you could keep taking that out. Then you can pull this up and the blade will come out. You can see we already have the blade really loose in here. Then you could put your new blade on. So we're going to go back in and we're going to tighten this back up to get ready to actually cut some wood. So you can see we have it nice and snug right now, and we're holding that in to lock the blade in place. Now you can see without that pressed, we can rotate the blade around. So make sure you press that lever when you're going to change the blade. Now let's look at all the different cuts we can make with the saw. Before making a cut, make sure you're wearing proper safety gear. We have some protective eyewear and some gloves on. You may also want to wear some hearing protection. The first cut we're going to make is just a cross cut. That's 0 degrees bevel and 0 degrees miter. You can see we got everything fired up. We have the clamp in place. We even have the laser guide on as well. And now, guys, we're ready to make that cut. The next cut we're going to make is a miter cut. This is going to have a 45-degree miter angle and a 0-degree bevel angle. This is most common in trim. Think of a picture frame or any sort of corner joint. Now you can see we have it clamped down, and we're ready to make the cut with our laser guide. You also want to make sure when you're cutting wood that you always cut on the waist side of your line, or else your cut will be too short. So let's go ahead now and make our cut. Now we're going to be making our bevel cut. This is a 45-degree bevel angle and a 0-degree miter angle. We have our board clamped down right here. The laser guide is still on, and on the back side of this board, it even has the bevel angled for us as well, since the laser is actually attached to the saw head directly. So now let's go ahead, let's make that cut. So the last cut we're going to make is a compound cut. This is usually used for crown molding. In this case, we're going to set the bevel to 45 degrees and the miter to 45 degrees as well. You can see we got the laser guide in place. We have the board clamped down. Now we're ready to use the saw and make this final cut. Now that we've made all 4 cuts, let's go back and look at the different style of cuts again. First up, we have your cross cut right here. That was 0 degrees bevel, 0 degrees miter. Then we have your 45-degree miter cut, which was a 0-degree bevel cut right there. Then we have your 45-degree bevel cut, which was a 0-degree miter cut. And last but not least, we have your compound cut. This was your 45-degree miter and your 45-degree bevel cut. So you can really see the differences in each of those cuts right there. Now I just want to show you guys the sliding feature of this saw. So we're going to make one last cut on this board that is 9¼ inches in width, almost 24 centimeters on their built-in ruler. That goes all the way up to 34 centimeters for us. So you can see we can just slide this back and forth to make the cut on really wide boards. And the nice laser guide is in place for us. You can see we already have it clamped down, and we're ready to make this cut. Now that we've made some wood cuts, I want to show you guys this can also cut other materials like PVC. I got a PVC railing spindle right here that we're going to go ahead and cut. And just for fun, we're going to do that compound cut where it's going to be a 45-degree bevel and a 45-degree miter. So let's go ahead now, let's fire it up and get it cut. As you can see, we had no problem at all cutting this PVC railing spindle right here. We gave it a nice compound cut at 45 degrees bevel and 45 degrees miter. This saw can cut through a lot of different materials. Don't forget about that included blade if you want to cut metal. Overall, after using this saw, it's definitely a great kit for somebody that wants to do some DIY projects around the house or some light remodeling. I really like all the features on this saw. The laser guide is definitely my favorite. That line will guarantee a perfect cut for you each and every time. It's so great to be able to see where the blade is actually going to come down and make the cut. I like the adjustable speed settings up top as well too. The sliding feature is nice. You can cut extra wide boards. And I really like the bevel and miter cut features as well. In the future, I'd love to see this saw become a double bevel saw. It'd be nice to have that feature to make bevel cuts on both sides so you wouldn't have to flip the board over. Also, the dust collection bag didn't really seem to do that good of a job. For all the cuts I made today, this is all the dust that it was able to collect, and it just went about scattering the dust everywhere. But you can expect that with most miter saws. If you're interested in this saw, don't forget the link to it is in my video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Hit that like button for us. Subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily and can't wait for you guys to see it. Give us a follow on social media as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can message us on WeChat. Check out our website and join our free newsletter. You can also follow us on Twitch and join our Discord server. Don't forget, new content coming out daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.